Knowledge is the best, or to be more precise, creativity is far more effective than knowledge. As it is known, knowledge is finite, while imagination is infinite, and it contains the universe, which creates evolutions. Life is like riding a bicycle, said. Of course it is. And to stay upright, you have to keep pedaling. When in the middle of trouble resides a chance. Two things are infinite. It is known that the universe and human stupidity are infinite. And as for the former, I still have my doubts. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. A scientific principle should never be expressed in more than 20 words. If it requires more than that, you don't know it thoroughly. If we can't solve a problem, then we're using the wrong approach, because the problems we now have are the result of the thinking we have used up to this point. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. The best thing that can happen to anyone is to achieve the mystery. There is a well-known adage, a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. For nothing is so strong as an idea whose time has come. And the notion of freedom, of liberty, can't be kept by force. It can only endure through diplomacy and understanding. That is, it is not the case that I am so intelligent, but I dwell on the questions much longer. It has been said that the person who never made a mistake has never taken a chance. You have to know the rules of the game you are in, and then do them better than everyone else. Sometimes I think we are lambs in a slaughterhouse. The difference between genius and stupidity is that the former has its limitation. The only significant thing, as far as the matters being discussed are concerned, is not to halt one's inquiry. People, of course, are curious for their own reasons. These papers are some of the most useless things I've ever seen. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. The greatest spirits have always met violent opposition from weak and ignorable brain. But there is only one reason for time, to prevent everything from happening all at once. We must visuality and gloriously and approbatively image and insist on everything being made as simple as is possible, without being too simple. To suggest new questions, new solutions, to approach old problems in a new way is creative imagination and is the measure of advance in science. Here I am fully persuaded that he does not throw dice. The most difficult thing in the world to comprehend is the income tax. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. In fact, the greatest form of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. The old saying that "I think therefore I am" has often proven to be a fallacy, as after thinking for 99 months or 99 years, the conclusion is arrived at in vain. The 100th time I am right. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. The best way to cure one's boredom is to ascertain the boredom of another person. It is impossible to accuse the gravity being responsible for falling in love. It is not a given that the right thing is always socially appreciated, or vice versa, that what is socially appreciated is always the right thing. The onus here is to learn, and to learn, I acknowledge the fact that the more I learn, the more I discover how little I know. Of course, here we agree with the words of the great Leonardo da Vinci, who said from different perspective that the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. The cosmos is not merely more wondrous than we suppose, but more wondrous than we can conceive. Mathematics has always been a problem to me. Don't bother yours. Mine are still way worse. For those who do not want to be criticized, let them not speak. let them not act. Let them not exist. The measurable is not always meaningful. The meaningful is not always measurable. Problem cannot be solved at the level of consciousness which has given rise to it. There is a famous saying that states, if you want to make no mistakes, make no decision. But not a talent. I am only passionately curious.